Riders, we're at the Test Event Festival where you can test all the latest and best electric mountain bikes in North Madrid. Let's go check out what these bikes have to offer. Let's go. And first off, as you walk through the gate, you're going to see the brand new Specialized LEVO SL Gen 2, which is rocking. The brand new Specialized LEVO SL 1.2 motor. We've got an internal 320 watt-hour battery. This has got a 6-way geo change. It's running on mullets, 160 out the front and 150 in the rear. And riders, if you're a fan of the channel, you would know I am getting mine very soon. I absolutely love the look of this bike. Definitely, it shows we're in 2023. This is starting at, I think, 8,000 euros all the way up to 14. I absolutely love the look of the S-Works. Let's go see what else we can find. And here we go at the Canyon stand and the brand new Canyon Strive On. This has to be one of the best releases this year. We are rocking 170 at the front, 160 at the rear. And this is the top model, the Fabian Barrel. This is with the Bosch race motor. It's available in the 625 watt-hour battery or the 700. And riders, get this, I'm testing this bike next week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. I think I'm gonna love it. Let's find out. I'm absolutely loving seeing all the new bikes in person and the Canyon Talk on the brand new one, completely redesigned. It is looking sick. The paint job, it's kind of got like a plastic coating, matte red. It looks awesome. We're rocking 180 at the front, 175 in the rear on mullets with a Shimano EP8, a 720 or a whopping 900 watt-hour. I'm loving the look of this new beast, but I reckon I'm a bit more of a spectral guy, type of rider. What do you think, riders? Spectral or Talk On? Let me know in the comments. And now we're at the Focus stand and we've got the Focus Jam Squared SL and we have Fernando here, a fellow YouTuber. First of all, tell us your YouTube channel.
My channel is Extreme Enduro EMTB.
And that is all in Spanish, riders. Anyone that's in Spain, check this channel out, subscribe.
Yeah.
And now, Fernando, tell us about the Jam Squared SL.
Yeah, it's the new Jam 2 SL. It's the light e-bike this year from Focus. And all the frame is carbon. We have two types of carbon. This is the top model of carbon.
Yep.
You know, the fork is 116. 160.
Yep.
And we have 115 inside.
In the rear.
In the rear.
And we're rolling on 29ers?
29.
Yep.
And the geometry is very, very little, you know.
Yep.
Very comfortable for...
Playful.
Yeah.
Yep. And the motor?
The motor is a new model Fasua.
Yep.
With 430 power battery.
Yep. And I heard a little secret. Maybe at the moment the Ride 60 has 60 Nm.
Yeah.
But I think it might be going up a little bit. I heard something.
Yeah.
Anyway, Fernando, thank you so much. Mate, follow the channel. And also, riders, I believe this one is coming in at 18 kilos, somewhere around that.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
And I might be testing it again, riders, in the next couple of weeks. So let's go on. So now we're in the Bosch tent and we're with Edgar, the main horsepower of ORBEA, with your ORBEA Wild. Well, this is not his bike, but what are you going to be racing? So in 3 weeks, you're racing first race, Final Ligura, no?
Yeah.
And riders, last year, you won the opening round.
Yeah.
So you're going to do that again?
Valley. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you're racing the ORBEA Wild in a large?
Yeah, in large size, have a race engine and battery of 625.
625. And a lot of the riders out there, when this bike came out, so this has an internal battery of 625 or 750, and people thought it wasn't going to be raced at the EWS, but it is clearly because you're racing it. So how long does the battery take to change?
I think it's 15 minutes, more or less, with good mechanics.
Two mechanics?
2 mechanics for 4 bikes.
Yep.
for two bikes, sorry. But I think 10, 15 minutes for...
Perfect. And a major question. So the top of the line limited edition ORBEA Wild has the Bosch race motor. What advantages do you think that's going to give to racing?
I couldn't feel a lot in the last one in finale. I tried, and I have the problem that I am the really heavy rider.
Yep.
For the muscles, and the lighters is faster in the power stage.
Yep.
And was really long.
Yeah.
And with this engine, was really close because the engine is too powerful all the time.
So
if you go in race, it's like
big advantage. Big advantage.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sweet. Well, I wish you all the luck, riders. Follow him on Instagram.
Thanks.
And mate, you're going to do it back to back. I reckon you're going to win it.
Sure.
Come on. You're looking fit.
I will try it.
And the arm's good?
Yeah, I think almost perfect. And but I think in finale will be
perfect.
Nice.
Good luck.
Thanks, boy.
See ya.
See you.
Riders, check out the Pivot Shuttle SL. This bike is starting at, I believe, just over 16 kilos. And this reminds me so much of my old school Banshee Phantom. This has got 150 at the front, 132 at the back, rolling on 29ers. It's got the Fazua Ride 60 motor. I believe we have a 430 watt-hour battery internal. And this bike is starting at around 9,000 euros. And what I love about this bike is I reckon it would be an absolute rocket ship. Okay, only 132 at the back, but wow, I reckon this bike would be one of the funnest SLs on the market. And now we're at the Shimano stand and we're checking out the Di2 auto shifting and free shifting. So check this out, no hands, and it's just changing by itself. This is awesome, and I'm going to say the camera lady Bea would love this because she's always riding in the wrong gear. And the most important thing for an e-bike is to have that cadence at about 80 to 90. And they've also got the free shifting, which means you can actually change the gears without pedaling. I think this is a great invention and something I definitely look forward to testing out more. So now with the young gun, Martin. Okay, tell me, how old are you and how long have you been riding for?
I'm 25 years old and I'll be riding maybe over, say, 12 years, maybe something like that, 10, 12 years.
Yeah, I seen him at a local bike park. This guy can ride pretty good. Maybe a little bit off my level, but no, he's very good. But you're saying you want an e-bike?
Yeah, for sure. I've been wanting an e-bike.
You don't think you're a little bit young for an e-bike?
I don't think so. Maybe when e-bike started, I was thinking more that, like, I need to, like we said, earn my turns, but the more I grow up, the less time I have, and the more I want to ride. So yeah. I'm really looking forward to get one.
So you were saying you want to do the power hour after work?
For sure.
Yeah. He lives like around the corner from me, so we do have sick trails. But if you don't know Madrid, it's kind of like that.
Pretty up.
It's pretty uphill. So, all right. So you've been testing bikes. So you first off started on the LEVO.
Yep.
What do you think of the LEVO?
I think it's okay. It was the aluminum one, base model. I like how punchy the motor was, but the components weren't the best for me. I'm not coming from like a high-end mountain bike, but it's pretty decent. So
yep.
I did notice that more on the downs. It wasn't so good at performance downhill, but all around pretty good bike.
Okay, sweet. And then you went on to the MERIDA E160?
E160, exactly, yeah.
And how'd you find that?
That one I feel was like much more, like was much punchier. You could just like spin on the cranks and like slowly and it would go up basically anything.
Yep.
And downhill, I did feel a little bit more rigid, like the suspension wasn't traveling maybe as much as what I'm used to.
Yep.
But for going uphill, for me, the best of all the ones I tried out.
Yeah, right. Interesting. Well, that's got the Shimano EP8 motor. And then you went on to the Focus Jam SL, which is the Fazua Ride 60 motor. How'd you find that?
I really liked it. My bike, I have an enduro bike, it's pretty heavy. It's like 17, 18 kilos, so it was closer to that, a little bit more.
Yep.
But it had the juice up the hills.
Did you find it had enough?
Oh yeah. I mean, coming from a bigger motor, it was noticeable, but compared to what I'm used to day by day, it was more than enough for what I do.
And then when you're going downhill, did you find, because you're like a complete rookie on e-bikes,
Yeah, for sure.
so that 25 kilos compared to, I believe, the Focus Jam,
20, yeah,
no, it's 18.
18, yeah.
So did you notice that when you're going downhill?
Yeah, for sure. It was much more nimble. You could like, if you want to maybe like slap it around a turn, it's much easier. With the other one, you really have to put your weight into it. So this one was, it was really nice. It was more like what I know at home with my bike. So I really like it.
Okay, and then the last bike you have tried is the MONDRAKER CRAFTY.
Yeah.
That's got the Bosch motor. It's got a 750 watt battery. What do you think of that?
That's my favorite so far. I really liked it. Yeah. It was, again, like heavy, then a little bit lighter with the Focus, and then a little bit heavier with the MONDRAKER. But I really liked the geometry was like spot on for me for what I like. And the motor was more than enough. And I also noticed out of the heavier ones, it was the most like nimble compared to the other one. I really liked it. Going downhill, felt all right. Felt really good.
Well, you're like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, no, 6'1.5", 6'2", maybe on a good day.
And I mean, the MONDRAKER has the forward geometry. They're big bikes.
Yeah.
So, and it's a 29er, so that doesn't surprise me you like that bike.
I really liked it.
Like, you're a big guy, 29er, big bike. So, if they were going to give you one today, which one are you going to be picking?
I would say the MONDRAKER. I mean, if I'm still keeping my, I don't know, the other bike, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe if I'm still keeping the other bike for bike park, and then I could keep the MONDRAKER, maybe in between MONDRAKER and Focus.
Yeah.
If I just have one bike, the Focus, and if I could keep my other bike, I would have the MONDRAKER.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are doing exactly. I say if you're going to keep your enduro bike, there's no point getting an SL because they're quite similar. But if you're gonna have like two bikes, get a full power,
for sure.
Then keep your enduro bike.
So I'll probably do that.
All right, mate. Thanks for your time.
No problem.
And now we're at the MONDRAKER stand, and we have the Dusty XR, which is a gravel electric mountain bike, which has suspension at the front and also suspension in the saddle here. We have the Mali hub drive system here, the X20, with 50 newton-meters of power, and I believe a 360 watt-hour battery, internal battery. I actually love this bike. I think it's a very clever idea. So it does have a rear hub motor, but it's a gravel bike. So you're not going to be exactly jumping it. So I just think it's a really cool idea. And we have the brand new CRAFTY RR for 2023. So we have the new Bosch Smart System, the new remote, the new display here. We have a 750 watt-hour battery. We have 160 at the front, 150 at the rear, rolling on 29 wheels. And the CRAFTY RR is starting from 6,800 euros. Loving both of them. Let's go on to the last stand. And lucky last bike, we're back at the Canyon stand, and this is the new Spectral On for 2023. We've got 160 at the back, 150 in the rear. It's got the new Shimano EPA 01 motor, and we've got either a 720 or a 900 watt-hour battery. And the most exciting thing, can you have listened? You riders put down in the comment that you wanted me to test the new Strive On, and check it out. This beast is coming back with me. So we've got the top of the line. We've got the Bosch race motor. This thing is a beast. So riders, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because in the next couple of days, I'm going to be releasing my first look or my first ride of this beast. And you know it, riders, stay safe out there, and we are going to see you next week.